Hello everyone, and welcome to my Python password verification program tutorial. Today we will cover how to create a simple password verification program using Python. This program will be able to verify different aspects of a password, such as the length of the password, if it contains capital letters, and if it contains numbers. The program takes all of this information and then tells the user how they should change their password. And before we begin, I just have one quick disclaimer. This program requires a basic understanding of Python to comprehend, and as time is limited, the explanations of this code will not be as in-depth as they may need to be for beginners. So, with all the basics covered, we can go and jump right into the program. Now, the first thing that you want to do is open your version of Python idle. Personally, I would recommend one of the more recent versions of Python idle, as it is more cooperative with this kind of a program. Once you open Python idle and create a new file, we're ready to begin coding. The first step is to create a variable called keep_trying and to set it to true. This variable will let us know whether or not to keep asking the user for passwords to test. Once we have set keep_trying to true, we will now describe the program to the user. We do this through print statements. Print statements allow you to type messages that will be printed out to the user whenever they run the program. In our print statements, we can say simple things like, welcome to the password verification program, and then we can describe it with something like, this program checks given passwords to verify their strength. This simple description gives the user a quick summary of what the program does and what its purpose is. The next step of code in this program is to create a while loop. A while loop is a loop that runs a specific piece of code until a condition is no longer met. The while loop that we are going to use starts with while keep_trying equals true. Once we've created the while loop, we can then ask the user for the password that they want to be tested. The user will then type in a password, and that password will be stored in a variable that I called password. Once the user has typed in their password and we have it stored in the variable password, we run the password through a series of tests using if-else statements. These statements check if the password follows all of the requirements that I have set. The set requirements are as follows. The password must be between 7 and 20 characters long, the password must contain uppercase and lowercase letters, and the password must contain numbers and letters. Now, once we're done with all the if-else statements, we now have to ask the user if they want to submit another password to be tested. For this, we'll create a variable called x, and x will still be inside of the while loop. We ask the user if they want to enter another password. We put in parentheses y/n to make sure that they know what to enter. No matter what they put, it'll be stored in the variable x. Once we have x, we will strip it. And I'll explain what that means quickly. Basically, if someone clicks space a bunch of times, and then types in their value, the strip method will get rid of all of the empty spaces, so that the variable can be read properly. For instance, if I was told to enter my favorite color, and then I entered space, 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 blue, the computer would read it as such, space, 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 blue. If you use the .strip function, it will get rid of it and just read blue, which is way more useful. So now we can check x and see if the user wants to keep entering passwords. So first we test x, and if it equals y, which stood for yes, then keep trying will equal true, which will cause the loop to go over again. If x equals n, then keep trying will be false, and we will tell the user that the program is shutting down. And if for some reason they just want to enter something like t, for example, or 2, we will set keep trying to false, and the program will shut down. Finally, if the user does want to enter another password, the loop will reset, and the whole process will begin over again. Once you have this made, you can modify it. You can change the length, you can change the overall requirements, and you can try to break it. Because this is not an extremely professional program, there are most likely errors that can be found within it. And I think that's pretty much it. Thanks to everyone for tuning into this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed and learned something about Python password programs. And I hope that the next time you really need to make a Python password verification program, you now know how to. So I'll see you later.